The global impact that digitization has had is far and wide. But in Africa today, what we're seeing is a huge focus specifically on how to digitize a lot of the consumer banking spends into corporate treasury. And how customers are actually adapting to that vary through the traditional host-to-host channels now into API. And it's refreshing to actually see a lot of corporations take very sophisticated bank connectivity models and apply them to Africa.
For us at Booking.com, we see a reduction in cash exposure, particularly where we're looking at receiving payments. There's less dependency on cash, so we use mobile payments, and we also see that there's an increase in bank transfer collections across Africa.
Centralization best practice for corporate treasury in Africa really is aligned with how closely your banks are commercializing and helping you support the central bank visions of those markets you're in. Traditionally, corporates were entering the continent via South Africa and using that as a channel for the rest of the continent. The likes of Nairobi and various parts of Mauritius and Dubai and Casablanca are turning into these treasury and payment hubs for the continent, leveraging a variety of benefits, but it also changes the model whereby our corporations are looking to support the central bank visions that are being rolled out across the continent.
The theme around centralization, digitization, is all about doing more with less. Typically, the right model is the one that focuses on each country, puts in place the regulatory requirements, the macro terrain, and then identifies the right partner.
For Cummins, for example, we do have our regional treasury based here in UK, but we have a regional office in Africa that looks at Africa specifically. We also use some of our finance managers in various countries to help us with specific issues in each specific country. So it's not a one model fits all.
Corporate treasury in Africa is at a moment where we can entirely leverage the wave of instant payments that are happening on the continent. And as a corporate treasurer looks at Africa, the way that they manage their working capital is completely changing.
We really find that working with payment service providers alongside our banks is really helpful to collect with mobile payments or to collect with direct debit, instant settlement. And it gives our properties a much quicker way for them to be able to pay us.
The relationship between a treasurer and their bank is really crucial, and not only in Africa but the whole world. In Africa in particular, you're dealing with more than 52 countries, 52 central banks, and 52 different sets of regulations.
I believe the goal is to be the partner of choice and the trusted partner for the corporates, being the partner that ensures that they understand local regulation, because regulation is forever evolving.
As a corporate not based in Africa, it's really helpful for us to have the bank's knowledge and their expertise on the market.
It's the bank's opportunity, but also the responsibility to help commercialize and educate our customers to these changes on the ground.